Bleeding Blue Podcast, episode 26. The boys are back. We got some positives, we got some negatives. We now know that Sheldon Keefe will 99% sure will no longer be the head coach of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Meanwhile, the Toronto Blue Jays will lose a series to the fucking Washington Nationals. They have hit an all-time low. Like I we'll get into it, but let's start off with the Leafs. Ryan, give it to me now. Break it down. What was your thought goal Pasternak right as it happened?
I thought it was a great play. Right when it
It was a
happened,
great, it was a
I
great
knew
play.
it wasn't luck. That was set. That was a set play that they practiced 100%. Multiple teams do it in practices. The slap pass off the backboards. Obviously, the Bruins knew what they were doing with Lindholm knew what he was doing with that. It wasn't just a dump in or whatever. He saw Pasternak going in with speed. Marner wasn't there to pick up his man. Neither was Riley, and he just comes in and makes a great move and wins the game. There's nothing else to say. Like it's a great play. Riley, like the one time the Leafs kind of slouch off throughout the whole game, I thought the Leafs played great. There's a couple times, there's always going to be shifts where you don't play to your fullest, right? You don't put out as much effort as you should be, but I thought they played good enough to win the game. But just the one time that they don't produce the product, they lose the game on it. So it
Yeah.
is what it is, man. It is what it is. I think the main problem was we were missing Wall in net because he was playing incredible the last two games that got us the win. I think people would probably be blaming Matthews because he was out for those two wins, and he
Yeah.
comes back and they lose. But I don't think he was the problem. He obviously assisted on the one goal we scored, so that's totally not true. Um, but I thought Samsonov played well enough. He had 30 saves, 938 save percentage. Like he didn't let in seven goals.
Yeah.
He had a good game. He made some good saves. But the fact that the two goals that he did let in were softies, like the Pasternak goal, he could have saved that because
Yeah,
the puck was he
100%
the
could
puck
have.
wasn't that high. The puck wasn't that high. He didn't
It wasn't.
Pasternak didn't lift it that high.
It could have been a block.
He could have
Yeah.
saved that 100%. The first goal that they scored right after the Leafs scored was pretty depressing. Like he could have saved that easily. There wasn't any bodies in front of him. It was just under his shoulder. Like he could have saved that easily. I think the fact that he's been off for almost a week now, that doesn't help his situation with trying to make those saves. But you know, that's what happens. You're off since the second period of game four, and all of a sudden you're like, oh yeah, you have to play game seven now in front of 19,000 rowdy Boston fans, and hopefully, you're basically your career's on the line.
Yeah.
I don't know if you felt that way, but Samsonov's career was basically on the line there. So
Yeah.
it's
A lot of people
I think
careers on the line.
people are
Yeah.
I think people are overreacting to this loss. I think, obviously they did come back, but they didn't deserve to, win this series, I don't think. They just got outplayed the first four games. Even that first win, I think we got outplayed. We just got lucky. But the last two games showed some heart, but it was too late because you were already down 3-1. Maybe if you showed that heart in the first four games when you got destroyed, then maybe that would have helped. But it was too late. So I think they deserve to lose this series. And the fact that some of the press and media after the series loss with Keefe and Marner saying all this shit about we can still do it. We're almost there. Tavares saying we're almost there. Like it does that gets said every single year after we lose. Gets said every single year, and it doesn't help your case. So I think there has to be some changes, 100%. Um, Keefe has to go. I think that's a given. I don't think any other Leaf fan will disagree with me. The fact that he's just not good enough. He can't support this team enough to get them to the next stage. Um, I think Shanahan has to go. I think he's been here for too long. He's been here since Matthews started in the NHL, and he hasn't done any game changing moves to
Yeah.
get this team to the next level. And I think that's actually a bigger issue than Keefe. I think Shanahan has to go. Living the GM, I think he can stay at least one more year because it's his
Yeah.
first year here. He doesn't deserve to get fired right away because that's stupid. He tried his best to, fix this team, but
Yeah,
fix
no,
this
he
team
had
this
some.
year, but he couldn't.
Dude, he definitely added some complementary pieces. Like they would not be where they are, like in the playoffs possibly without like Bertuzzi and Domi, man. Like they're rock solid. I would say all series long, like on that first top line, like they were. I felt like they were good, and by the end of the year, they were very very solid key pieces to this team. Fun to watch, honestly. Like I enjoy watching them play. There's a lot of penalties, but still they're.
Yeah, like Domi, I think Domi was the best player in the playoffs, right beside Nylander if Nylander played the first three games. But um, I think, Domi is someone that we need to keep. I think we should re-sign him in the offseason. And same with Bertuzzi. I think Bertuzzi played great towards the end of the year. He obviously started off slow, but
Yeah,
he
man.
showed his worth on the team. So I think he should stay as well. Um, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think Marner has to go too. He has 1 year left on his contract, but the fact that he just can't do anything in the spotlight, game sevens, he's done jack shit.
Yeah.
I don't think he has 1 point in any game seven that he's played in the NHL. So
Well,
that that shows some concern.
you could get some insanely complimentary pieces, I think, with the Marner.
100%. You can trade him for some good, like you said, complimentary pieces. And Tavares has to go too. Same with Marner. He has 1 year left on his contract. But the fact that he's making more than Marner. He's making
No
11
trade
million a
though.
year,
He's
and
in a
Marner's making 10.3. Like the fact that these guys are taking up almost 15-20% of your salary cap is fucking ridiculous. Obviously, the salary cap's going to go up next year, I think,
yeah.
and that does help the Leafs if they do trade away the core four, but it just doesn't seem right to keep these guys. Like Marner today just said that we should keep all four guys, like keep the core four because he says that they can do that, they can figure it out. But it's been 8 years, 5 years with Tavares. Like they've done nothing
Yeah.
with these four guys, and it's the fact that you've taken up half of the salary cap between four guys is not good. Like no other team in the league is doing this,
Yeah.
and it's clearly not working. So there has to be some changes. I also saw a video of this one guy I follow on Instagram. He's a Leaf guy. He was talking about how MLSE is the main problem with screwing up this team, signing Shanahan, signing Dubas, who is probably one of the also major factors of signing Marner and Tavares to these big contracts. And I totally agree with him because it's not no other team in the NHL is doing this to the extent where you're paying $50 million for four guys to play hockey. It's not right. And they gotta figure out something this offseason. I'm sure there will be some changes. If there isn't changes, then it's going to be a long season next year if they don't figure out the problems with this with this
Okay.
franchise.
I got a question for you. So if we were to trade, say Marner, what would be the main focus of part of that trade that you were acquiring? Would it be maybe
Well,
a very
there
would it be a very good like a couple of very good defensemen? It could be a three-way trade, it could be you get a great goaltender or something like that out of a player. Like
I think goaltending is definitely a priority. I think Wall and Samsonov are good, but they're not the the Shesterkin or the Bobrovsky of goalies, right? They need to be the upper echelon. We need someone that can start almost every single game for us if we
Tough,
want to
hard to
win.
come
If
by
we
though.
want to win,
Hard to
if we
come
want
by.
to win playoff series. Yes, it is very hard to come by, but it's going to be hard to find. But I think that's top priority. I don't think the defense is the problem. Riley is a concern for the future, but I think the other guys like McCabe and Edmondson and Labushkin, who we brought in at the trade deadline, they aren't the problem. They played great. I don't think like the defense was great.
Yeah, Edmondson. Good.
Apart from the first game where we let up 5 goals, like they were playing awesome.
I thought Edmondson
I
was gonna
don't.
score, man.
What's that?
I thought he was gonna score in like game 7. Like
Yeah, he had a couple of chances up.
yeah,
He had like a couple of chances. He was up on like 3-on-2s with
I know.
the forwards. I was very surprised that he was doing that. But yeah, I don't think the defense is the problem. It's got to be a replacement for Marner, not like his production level, but like a solid top 6, top 9 winger that can be in his place.
Yeah.
Not obviously, it's going to be hard to find someone who produces in the regular season as well as Marner does, but someone who has a bit more grit, kind of like Bertuzzi, in the sense that he can, hit guys in the playoffs. Something that Marner doesn't do.
Yeah.
Like we need a different play style, a player who has a different play style to him compared to Marner.
I know what you mean. Yeah, because that was the thing about I remember that. Bert and Domi, they're aggressive guys. They'll get into scraps. They're scrappy little like fellas, you know? So, but you love to see that about them. I
Yeah, it's. I think that's a
I'm
priority.
I'm definitely open to that Marner trade. It's too bad because he has been insane. Like he's been great for us. He has, like, especially in the regular season. Like you can't deny it, but there's some issue with this team because they can't get past the first round. And if they do, it's like ridiculous in the second round. There's no chance. It's like there's just there's something's got to change. And
Yeah, and he just said in the press conference a couple hours ago that he wants to stay with the Leafs long term. And I don't know if that's the right decision for, I hope
you can say that
the GM and Shanahan potentially if he stays, I don't know what his contract is, but if he does stay, I hope he doesn't because he's not a X factor in the postseason, and that is shown in every playoffs I've seen. That hasn't shown at all. Nylander and Matthews, those are the guys. Despite them having injury problems this series, they were the ones that showed that they can produce no matter what circumstance. Because Nylander was sick the first 3 games, he comes back game 5, 6, and 7, and he gets points.
Mhm.
And then Matthews, who was off for 2 games, he comes back game 7 and is the primary assist on the first goal in the game,
Yeah.
despite him having whatever it was. Even though Matthews did talk to the media today, and he basically shrugged it off, like he said, like he was having issues. Same with Nylander, basically not going into details about it. But it's concerning that Marner is still. Hopefully he doesn't sign long term because if he does want to stay, if we do let him stay, we'd have to. It has to be less money. You can't give him the same amount Nylander and Matthews are earning. It's not gonna work.
I don't know. Yeah, I
And he's gonna ask for that. He's gonna ask for over 10 million.
now's the time to trade if you're gonna like.
Exactly. He's in the prime of his career. He's 27, right? We could get a lot of money out of him. Not money. Get a lot of assets out of him. Maybe draft picks for the future. We have Easton Cohen and Fraser Minton coming in next year to help out with the team. So,
Yeah.
if you want to stay on this team, man, you gotta at least take less money because
And you
more
also
guys are coming in, younger guys who want to, play with Nylander and Matthews and these top guys. Like you gotta step it up, dude.
and I think Nyes will be also a much bigger role
Yes.
next year too. I think he's gonna have a growing season. I think next year like he'll be better. and he was
He
this.
will be he will be definitely playing with the top guys next year because I think he was great in the playoffs. I don't know what you thought about him, but he played great despite him not having as many points as the other guys on the team. He was physical. He was getting it. He was like forechecking. He was playing great.
Yeah,
That stuff that Marner wasn't doing, and I think that Nyes can maybe be that replacement for Marner on the top two lines.
yeah,
I think that's important that Nyes, showed that in the playoffs.
100%.
He's definitely not the one to blame in this situation.
Yeah, no, for sure. Anyway, I was curious like when they scored that goal, what were you thinking? Like, were you
What, the overtime goal?
not the overtime goal, the Leafs goal when the Leafs scored? Did were
Oh,
you
I thought it was going to be over. Like I literally thought the Leafs would win after that. I thought the Leafs would shut down, kind of like the game 6
yeah,
where we scored at the end of the second period and we just didn't let them have shit. I thought that was going to be the same thing, but obviously right off the bat, we actually had a chance right after the goal. I
I
forgot
know.
who created it.
Yeah,
Swayman made a great save, and then after that, it was Boston was all over us. The fact that the Keefe put on the fourth line right after the goal was not the best decision.
yeah,
I think we should at least put on the third line with Matthews, but Matthews was playing with Nylander at the time because he got the assist. But put the third, like a mixture of the third line and the fourth line on because they had Dewar and Yarncroke and Holmberg on the ice, and it was sloppy, and it caused them to score the goal, and it wasn't a good bounce back from scoring it. So
mm,
after I think as soon as it went to overtime, I knew they'd lose. I didn't think the Leafs were going to win because the fact that the demons of losing in Boston in Game 7 for the last 3 times they played them, and especially the first time in 2013 when they lost in overtime after the 4-1 lead.
yeah,
And I think that probably got into their heads, and they didn't want to, they weren't prepared enough like Boston was, and that just sent them to not pushed I don't know, not pushed enough, but not motivated enough to get the job done.
yeah,
That was the problem. I think after it went to overtime, I think it was over then.
yeah. No, I agree with you. It's not good. It was
I
I
didn't like. I was shocked that we scored the first goal. I thought we were gonna be down and have to come back up. I thought it was like originally before the game started. I thought it was gonna be high scoring because I thought both goalies since even though like since Samsonov was playing and Swayman's kind of been shaky a little bit, even though he's only let up like 1 or 2 goals in the last 2 goals in the last 2 games. But I thought it would just because Game 7 everyone's got nerves and shit. I thought it would just be like a 5-4 or a 4-3 or something like that, completely different from the other games that have happened.
yeah,
Um, but I thought seeing the Leafs score first, I had some hope that they
yeah,
might pull it out. But then after when it went to overtime, I knew it was over. I knew it was done.
yeah, yeah. I know. I really agree. It hurt. That's what I texted you. I texted you that one really hurt. Like
Yeah.
it did. Like I believe that I then like next day I was fine. I was like fuck them. I don't care. Yeah.
hmm Well,
Anyway.
they play tonight, so they play Florida. And just a quick prediction: I think Florida is going to fucking wipe the floor with them. I think this series with the Leafs kind of tired them out a bit. It lasted too long. I thought they were going to be done in 5, and Florida's been resting for like a week and a half now. They're ready. Bobrovsky's playing out of his mind. I don't think Boston's going to have a chance. I think Boston will win one game in like overtime or something at home, like game 3 or 4. But that's it. Like they're not gonna do much against this Florida team. They're too good.
Yeah.
They're too good defensively. Uh, it's going to be a bloodbath, I think. I think based off this game tonight, I think we'll find out who's going to win. If Boston somehow pulls it off in game one, I'll be very shocked.
Yeah.
I'll be very shocked if Boston wins this
Nice.
game.
Fair enough. Under
I
under
we well, I think it's kind of we didn't really set up to predict the round two, but we'll probably wait to predict more stuff when the Stanley Cup final comes around because, our team isn't in it. But I think if I were to pick one team other than Florida to go through, to convincingly go through, I think my Oilers prediction was so off. I thought they were going to lose to LA in the first round. I was completely off.
I know.
Both of you guys thought they were going to destroy LA, and I just, you know what, I just thought it was going to be the other way around. But they played great.
And
But I think,
didn't you predict Vancouver to lose too?
yeah, because I thought the Predators were an underrated squad. I thought they were gonna, the naysayers were going to be shut down, but
Great
I don't
prediction.
know. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I
Same
went
with your
four for
Leafs
eight.
one. Yeah.
I think I went 4 for 8 on predictions this year
I think I
in the
did.
first round.
I'm trying to think of. Yeah, I predicted Winnipeg to win, didn't I? I feel like I did.
No, you said Colorado.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, so Colorado. That was a shocker. I didn't think it was going to be that one sided, but I think if there's going to be one team that I think for sure will go through this round, I think Oilers are going to destroy Vancouver. Just based off that first round series, I
Good.
think it'll be in 5. I think Oilers win in 5, despite Vancouver having home ice. I think the McDavid is. I think this is. I think this is the best year for him to go to the final, despite Dallas playing Colorado. That'll take out one of the two big, big teams in the league that are left. I think that will take one of them out, and this is like the perfect time for Edmonton to win their cup that they've been looking for the past 5 years with McDavid going to the playoffs. And I think this is the best time for them. So I think they're going to pounce on that, and Edmonton's going to run the floor with Vancouver. And also the fact that they have the third string goalie in, and I don't think Demko or DeSmith are coming back for the playoffs. I think that just helps Edmonton's case, and the fact that they'll win. They'll win handedly.
And then it's Dallas and Colorado.
That'll be very close. I think it'll be like that Dallas Vegas series. I think it'll go 7. It'll just be back and forth. This team wins, that team wins. It'll be very close. I don't know who's going to win that because but Colorado has just been. They played a vulnerable Winnipeg team. Like you can't. That Dallas is very different from Winnipeg in the sense that Winnipeg just thought that they had home ice advantage and they thought they would win. But the preparedness of Colorado and the experience that they have winning the cup a couple years ago just helped them out being Winnipeg. So I don't know. It's going to be very close. Dallas has a lot of experience as well, especially the defense is incredible. I don't know. I that's a toss up for me with that series. Who do you think's going to win that?
I think I'd probably Colorado. I'd say
Yeah.
Dallas, and then with like the I'm Carolina and New York Rangers. That I think that'll be a good series.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I have money on the Rangers winning the Stanley Cup.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd say that'll be a good series to watch. I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah, because both
Both teams are
Carolina
great.
Yeah, both Carolina and New York played shitty teams in the first round. Like
And
let's be
they did their
honest.
job though.
And they rolled both of them. The Islanders got a lucky victory in overtime. Like it's this will be 6 or 7. I watched a bit of game 1 yesterday, or I can't remember when they played.
I think it was
Was it
yesterday.
yesterday? It was yesterday. I watched a bit of that game, and both teams played great. The Hurricanes got lucky with some power plays, and they had like 5 or 6 opportunities, and the Rangers could easily lost, but Shesterkin's just insane. So I think that'll be a close series, but I got the Rangers winning that one. We'll just do quick predictions right here, but
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
that's what I got.
for second round or for the next matchup, Bruins, Florida
Yeah.
That one, like again, they did the same thing to Tampa. Tampa had no shot in that series. Like Florida, they're playing the way they should be playing. It's not like they let up. Like uh, like everyone they're just good. Florida Panthers are good. And then Edmonton Oilers in Vancouver. That one's interesting. Vancouver, yeah, right. Vancouver's goalie. They're using their third goalie, like right. They're
Hmm.
backup.
Yeah, but he's great though. He's good. But he didn't play against an offense like Edmonton,
Yeah,
right? They played Nashville, who they only have a couple of guys that can, do some damage on you. But Edmonton, their whole fucking lineup's great. Like it's gonna be hard for him to stop that power play, especially that
I
power
think
play is on fire.
I think yeah, I think Edmonton. I think Edmonton's they're gonna win that series.
Like I was just wanting to go back to the Florida Boston series. Like we both predicted Tampa to win in the first round, and I didn't expect that to be that bad of a series. Like it went
Neither
five, and
did I.
it was like some of the games were unwatchable because Florida were just all over them the whole series. Like Tampa had that one game where they won 6-3 because they had to win it. They were down 3-0 and they were at home, so they won it handedly. But all the other games, like it was over from the get go. Like it was hard to watch those games. But I think that's going to stay with Florida this series, and Boston won't have a run at making the next round.
No, they Boston's offense was lacking extremely.
Yeah, I remember Purdy kept telling me through during the games and the series and stuff. He was saying they just don't get enough shots on net, and he was saying that when we were predicting the first round, like they were saying they're when they do have the chance to shoot, they just don't shoot enough.
Yeah.
So they maybe they got to improve on that, especially against Bobrovsky, who's probably the best goalie right now in the league. So it's gonna be tough for Boston to win that series against Florida, especially since the Leaf series kind of tired them out, like I said before.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, do you
This could be this could be the last podcast talking about the Leafs till September.
it will be, yeah.
Very sad. Very sad.
As we did last week, we did our top five things, top five Ryans. This week we're going to be doing Ryan, drum roll.
Yeah.
We will be doing top five jerseys of all time.
Yes. So this one's a big one. Lots of jerseys have been made over the course of sports careers. We are limiting our jerseys to hockey, baseball, and football.
Okay.
So if you
Not
guys we're
soccer.
gonna be posting our lists after. So we're not putting basketball and soccer because we don't talk about those sports
Yeah.
on this podcast. But there's a lot of great jerseys in those sports. So maybe we'll do a list. Oh, stop it. Maybe we'll do a list later on where we can research, you know, basketball and soccer. I like all sports, but Ryan he chose to stick with these three, but which I'm fine with. So
Yeah.
we're gonna do top five sports jerseys of all time. We're gonna rank them from 1 to 5, and then we have our honorable mention after. So just one that didn't make the list, but you have some admiration for it. So if you want, you can say, Ryan, you can go first and just
Okay.
say from five. You say from 5 to 1, and then I'll
Okay.
say 5 to 1, and then after we'll do our honorable mention. All right.
Okay. Sounds
All right.
good.
You started out.
Okay. Number five. This one might be I'm not controversial, but I think it might be a little bit of a wild card. And with that
Okay.
one, I'm gonna go number five, Minnesota Wild. I love their jerseys. I don't know. I like the color. I like the logo of the
Okay.
bear. I like the it is
Wait. Let me just stop for a second. Are you doing like just the team right now, or are you doing like retro stuff too?
I'm doing team right now. Most of all mine are team right now.
Oh shoot, because I did all retro,
It's,
but I have one of my picks is the team right now.
all
Like
right.
I've picked specific jerseys
Okay.
like from the past, right? Like specific.
So the jerseys that they don't even wear.
No, I've picked like it's all time, dude. I said top five sports jerseys of all time.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
All right, keep going, keep going.
Okay.
So you said
Anyway,
Minnesota.
this will work though.
No, no, okay, Minnesota. Yeah, all right.
Minnesota Wild. I just like their jerseys a lot. I think that the green, the red,
Mm-hmm,
and tan is very very nice. It's homage to their culture and the area landscape
mm-hmm,
of the state of Minnesota. Minnesota is a very northern state in the U.S.
mm-hmm,
Even more northern than fucking Toronto is.
mm-hmm,
So which and I love the fact that they use that as part of their culture with the bear, or not their culture, their
mm-hmm.
landscape and their geography, and also like the shot in the it's cool design of the bear, and then you have the the trees, and then the
Yeah, yeah. It's shaped like a wild animal. Like the
exact.
wild is shaped like a wild animal. I like it. Yeah,
I
good
think
logo. Good
Minnesota
logo
Wild
too.
good logo, and I
Mm-hmm.
think that one I was just it's very creative and just a good color. It's not a boring either. It's not a
Right.
boring, and it's like a sick it's also just a sick like animal in general. It's not like a leaf. Like how terrified are you of a leaf? No, I'm not. Like whereas like Minnesota Wild, ooh damn, it's like
Yeah.
Predator. It's like stay away. It's just like intimidating. I love it. uh
Right.
anyway, next one, New England Patriots. You might not like this
Are
one.
you fucking kidding me? The Patriots jerseys right now.
I'm not saying right now. I'm saying I just think I like the colors, the blue,
Oh, I
red.
want to fucking
Right.
throw up right now.
I
Jesus.
I think they have some of the nicest jerseys. It's beautiful. It's nice red, white, and blue. Homage to the US of A's. I think their jerseys are great, and you can't say otherwise. Tom Brady, the man, the myth, the legend.
Oh, fuck Tom Brady.
You see that
I
roast?
watched I watched the whole thing last night.
Don't
That
say
was some
anything.
of the
I want to watch
I
it.
won't say anything, but it was some of the funniest shit I've ever seen. It was
Oh, bro,
awesome. It
roasts,
was awesome.
Comedy Central roasts are the funniest shit ever. I love them.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, no, New England Patriots. That's my number four. Number three, another. I'm gonna go an original six. Actually, new original six, but I'm going New York Rangers. Their new dark blue jerseys are some of the dopest looking jerseys I've
Like
ever.
the new one with the New York Rangers logo on it, or like the one where
You
it's like
got it. You got it.
diagonal.
New York Rangers logo,
You
right?
like that one, eh? You
Oh,
like that one.
it's clean.
Okay.
It is so clean. I think that I love that on the jerseys, the dark blues. Like I
Hmm.
think they just look clean as fuck. Also, it's just New York Rangers again, very nice colors. There's a
Yeah.
lot going on with it, and it's just you look clean in
Mhm.
that outfit. Any sort of I know you're probably looking it up right now. I want to see that jersey because they are nice.
Yeah, yeah. I remember when they came out with them this year actually.
Yeah.
They're nice. I like the Stadium Series one they came out with this year
Hmm?
with the NYR, the white jersey.
Yeah. So
That
and,
was really
and
nice
I'll
too.
I'll do a little bit of an honorable mention in this as well because I'll say I really do like the Statue of Liberty and
Oh
NYR.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I like those too.
I like that. That's an OG like 90s.
Yeah,
I
they wore those in the mid 2000s
mid
when Jagger was there. Yeah, when Jagger was playing
apologies.
for the Rangers. Yeah.
Anyway, that one for sure. And
Hmm.
then so here's a specific one for number two, which is specific jersey.
Okay,
The Mets black jerseys, I think, are
the
so
new one, the new City Connect.
City Connect one, I don't have an issue with, but no, not the City Connect. It's just the Mets black, and then it says Mets right.
Okay, yeah, 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 yeah.
They're very,
I
very
yeah,
clean.
I like those. I
Look
like
at like
those.
Lindor in one.
Hmm.
They are super clean. They're very
Yeah, I get a Piazza Mets black
yeah,
jersey. Yeah, those are
exactly.
clean. Those are clean.
So and like I think those ones just nothing too fancy. Very, very nice jersey, especially Mike Piazza, one of the like coolest, swaggiest ever to play.
Hmm.
Put on a baseball uniform. There's some dope jerseys. So and I like it's a little bit of a throwback when they do wear it because like those are the
Hmm.
ones they used to wear all the time. And I would love this is a little bit of a hint to my honorable mention, but maybe our team, the Toronto Blue Jays, could do a little bit of throwback to the blue or the old classic black.
Hmm.
Number one, number one jersey of all time. It's a baseball jersey, and
Hmm.
I think you're gonna absolutely agree with this one. If not,
Okay.
insane. The Padres light brown jerseys are so goddamn clean.
Hmm.
Look it up, take a look. Light brown.
New ones? New ones?
They're new-ish. They're new it like they came out, I think 2020. They
With
did
the pinstripes?
pinstripes. It says Padres right here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so clean. So clean. I think they're like Soto looked insane. Like he looked good. He fucked in a Padres jersey.
Hmm.
I think those the Padres just in general, like even the whites, I love the color, like the dark brown, like the
Hmm.
tan color. I think it's very something about like it associates with the culture of San Diego, just like with the sand and like kind of it's same color, just gives off that
Yeah.
vibe. Padre, like in the desert, hanging around, you know.
Right.
That's what I like. That's what I associate with it.
Hmm.
And then my honorable mention, you know what? I had a tie because I was thinking about this one, but
You can
I
say both if you want. You can say
I
both.
love I love, let me tell you right now, I was a huge fan of the OG Winnipeg Jets jersey. The circle.
Yes. Yes. Very nice. That's a very nice jersey.
I think their
Dale,
jersey
Dale
right now is
Howard
so cool.
Chuck.
I'm a fan, yeah,
Yeah.
but I think their OG Winnipeg Jets jersey is super clean.
I
And
like
then
their new ones too. I like the new ones too. I
yeah,
like the
I do
colorway.
too. Yeah, I do too. I think they're nice. And
Hmm.
then um because I'm a Jays fan here, I gotta talk about my Blue Jays, but uh
Hmm.
they're early or late 2000s, before
Yeah.
2010, their Jays just like
Mm.
black, so clean.
Yeah.
Reminds me of
With where when
when
Bautista hit 50.
Ricky Ramiro, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's what I'm thinking of right now when I think of those classic black ones. They need to bring them back. I've seen photos of like edits with like Vladdy or Bo in them.
Right.
And I'd buy
I
one.
think they
I'd
might
wear
bring
it.
that colorway back for the City Connect, and I would love it if they did that.
That'd be
That would
awesome.
be so nice. Be so
They
nice.
sell out so many jerseys. Like
I
I
think they're gonna. I prediction for the City Connect. I think they'll either do that, like the dark, like the black, like the old Jays logo. I think they'll either do that, or they'll do like a Canada theme, like a red related, kind of like how like the Raptors. I
I
know it
don't want it
sucks,
to
but I
be
think
red,
that's what they'll
man. Like
do.
they already get.
I know, but I'm just thinking like that's what the MLB would do. You remember like when the Raptors, they or like the Raptors they in the when they won the championship 2019, they had that the North jersey. It was like red and white.
That's dope.
Those were one of the nicest jerseys. That's not on my list, but like I think the Jays will probably lean towards that because they're the only candidate Canadian team. So I think they'll lead something towards like the maple leaf and the Canada flag. I think they might lean towards that. Or I don't think Drake, Drake is Drake, but
Bro, Drake's
I
better
hope
than
they
I've
don't
ever
do
seen.
an OVO because
They won't. They won't. They won't.
he doesn't relate to the Jays or anything.
They
Like
won't.
he doesn't talk about the Blue Jays or ever in his
Favorite team's the Cleveland Guardians or Cleveland Indians at the time. Have you seen that
Yeah, but
video?
that was a while ago. That was just because he got paid to do that shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, honestly, the Cleveland Indians are my favorite team. Throws the
yeah,
baseball.
yeah. That was one of the best. I love that shit. That was back in like 2010,
I know.
2011. That was like before he was like a big, like really famous. But
The pedophile,
okay,
as we heard.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. This Drake and Kendrick disc. We won't go into details, but
No, no,
it's
no.
pretty
Not that podcast.
it's pretty insane. These guys going back and forth. Like Kendrick he's dropping heat on Drake right now, and I'm the biggest Drake fan.
Who are
Like
you? Drake or, oh yeah, Drake or Kendrick.
I don't give a shit about the beef, but
Who are you?
if I pick one, I gotta side with Drake because he's from Toronto, he's Toronto boy, Canadian. But
Yeah.
like, who's winning right now? It's definitely Kendrick. Kendrick is going off. Like he's dropping. He doesn't miss, dude. He's not missing with these. But Drake isn't missing either. Like they're both dropping good tracks, but Kendrick is got the upper hand right now. But we'll see. All right, let's steer away from. Let's go back to jerseys. All right. So with my
Yeah,
list,
your
I'm gonna
turn.
start with the honorable mention. So I'm gonna go with the only you didn't mention any. Oh wait, you did mention football. Um, I'm gonna go with because I'm a Bills fan, I'm gonna pick a Bills jersey. Um, I think the early '90s when they went to 4 straight Super Bowls, that home jersey with the red helmet is one of the nicest jerseys ever. You can look it up right now. Thurman Thomas, Jim Kelly, Andre Reed, Bruce Smith. Those jerseys were phenomenal. Like the blue, I love the royal blue with the red accents and the white letters. My dad's got he's got a Doug Flutie old school Bills 1990-91 jersey. It's beautiful. It's beautiful colorway. You can't go wrong with red, white, and blue in a jersey, as you said multiple times with with the Rangers and the Blue Jays have it right now. It's a beautiful jersey. The Bills need to bring back the red helmet. That's what's going to get them to the Super Bowl. They got to bring back the red helmet. All right, so I'm going to go with number 5. This is kind of like a tie, just because out of respect, I have to include both of these in. You're not going to like this, but I'm going to go with the New York Yankees and the Chicago Cubs pinstripes. I think they're just too iconic to not include in this list. I think too many legendary players have worn it for either team. They're both beautiful jerseys. I have a Cubs jersey with the pinstripes. They're both phenomenal. Both
Cubs
phenomenal jerseys. Very clean. Both of them. I don't know if the Cubs now they have the names on them, right? On the back.
Yeah, they do.
I know the Yankees don't do that. They just do the number like the old days. Like they don't put the names on the back, but I think they just look so nice. I love pinstripes on the jersey. Just stripes in general. I love it. So I'm gonna go with that at 5. Now we're gonna get into some specifics. So I got number 4. I have the Pittsburgh Penguins baby blue Winter Classic jerseys from 2009, the first Winter Classic game in the NHL when they played Buffalo in Ralph Wilson Stadium. Crosby, year after he won the cup, year of when he won the cup, it's one of the cleanest, like it's one of the most beautiful jerseys I've ever seen. I have the other Winter Classic Penguins jersey the couple years after that with the navy blue and the baby blue on the arm. Like I have that Crosby jersey. It's the baby blue, the full baby blue with the white stripes on the arm. It's beautiful. It's one of the most beautiful jerseys
It
ever
is.
made.
Oh, I think I have.
It's so clean.
Yeah,
Crosby winning it in the shootout against Ryan Miller. That game was amazing. The jerseys, oh my God, beautiful.
your jerseys now are nice too. They've always had good
Yeah,
jerseys.
Pittsburgh in general, they've had nice jerseys. I think all the Pittsburgh franchises have great jerseys,
They're all the
Steelers
same colors.
and
It's funny.
Pirates.
They're
Yeah,
all
it's good. I like how cities do that. They stick with the same color scheme with all their teams. I like that. Number 3, I have another specific one, another NHL one. All the rest are NHL, by the way. I'm
all
picking
right.
because I'm just such a hockey fanboy. Number 3, I have the Colorado Avalanche reverse retro jerseys that came out in 2020-2021 season with the Nordiques logo on the front, but with the Colorado Avalanche colors. It is, oh my God, it's fucking awesome. If you put McKinnon on the back, or even, an Avs legend like Joe Sakic, who played for the Avalanche and the Nordiques, oh my God, man, it is beautiful. I just love the burgundy, the purple with the matching blue. Like the Avalanche colorway is incredible. I think the Colorado Avalanche has like one of the top 5 colorways in sports. I think because it's just I love the dark colors accented by the white, and the fact that it's a full white jersey and not like, you know, it's not like a full purple like the Avalanche home jersey is. I think it just makes it pop so good. And I love the Nordiques, like before they were the Avalanche, like they had the blue and white and red. I think their jerseys were clean there. I was gonna put that in my honorable mention, but I think it was just too much to put both of them. But the mix of the Avalanche colors and the Nordiques jersey scheme is beautiful. And then number 2, I think this is probably definitely the best All-Star jersey of any sport. I have it actually in my closet. It's the NHL All-Star jersey from the 1980s Campbell Conference with Gretzky on the back. Specifically 1984.
Whoa.
It is
Okay,
I
say
think
that again. I gotta look that up.
so it's the NHL All-Star Game jersey, Campbell Conference, back when they had the names for the conferences, and Gretzky wore, he won the All-Star MVP that year. I think it was 1994, 1984, when he won. Yes, NHL All-Star Game, Wayne Gretzky Campbell Conference. He has the Campbell and diagonal with the stars on the arms.
Right.
Orange, black, and white with the stars, 99 NHL logo on the shoulders. It's one of the best jerseys ever made. You got so much shit going on, but it's so simple at the same time. It fills the whole shirt, the whole sweater. Something's going on in each part. You know, it's not like a regular Leafs jersey with, you know, like just giving an example, the Leafs jersey, like with just the logo and the numbers. This has something going on in everything. The fact that it's the Gretzky, so he has the captain, so he has the C at the front as well. Yeah. That has another element going on in it. It's just, there's so much going on, but it's so simple. It's incredible. And I love how the orange and white and black, it just pops when you're walking around with it on. I'll never wear it out, by the way, because I'm gonna frame it. I'm gonna have Gretzky sign it for me, and then I'm gonna have it framed in my room. It's one of the best. It's the best All-Star jersey ever made. No question about it. No question about it. Any sport. And then number one, I hate the Leafs. Obviously we just discussed this earlier, but I think the best jersey ever made is the Winter Classic jersey in 2014, where they played Detroit in the Winter Classic. I watched that at home in my basement when Tyler Bozak won in the shootout on Jimmy Howard. I think that jersey alone just gives me memories of, watching the Leafs since I was a kid, and the vintage Leaf on the front, the big lettering on the back, with the stripes, and it's just like the color, like the blue and white, and then my favorite player growing up, Phil Kessel, him with it, and like just the whole scene of the Winter Classic in Michigan with they were wearing the beanies, like Jonathan Bernier with the beanie on his goalie helmet. Yep. And he had the brown pads and everything. Like, it was just perfect. And I think the fact that there's just the classic end of it, playing Detroit, their jerseys are up there too, with their jerseys that they wore that game were incredible as well. Yeah. That game, like, just encapsulated the game of hockey to me. And, Detroit, Toronto, original six matchup. There was over 100,000 people watching the game, biggest audience for a hockey game of all time. It was snowing. It was fucking ice outside. It was like the perfect hockey game ever played. And I think it was, the jersey it's just beautiful. I'm still looking to get one, with anyone on the back. Like, this one guy who used to play for the Leafs, David Clarkson, my grandpa, he did the drywall for his basement, and he got him to sign a picture of David Clarkson signed a picture for me, and it had his picture of him, standing on the blue line during the Winter Classic with the jersey on. I've had that in my room since I was like 10 years old. So I think that just, stays in my heart. I got to put that number one.
Are you crying?
Just so many memories. Yeah, I am. There's so many memories with that jersey, and the fact that it's a Leafs jersey just stays with me.
Fair
stays
enough.
with me.
I get that.
Yeah. And then you're putting Minnesota Wild at number 5 while I'm giving these stories.
New England Patriots.
New England Patriots at 4. What the fuck is wrong with you? God. You're supposed to be a Buffalo Bills fan. Come on, dude.
I am, but
and you're talking about the patriotism, USA. Are you from Canada? Or are you from the deep? Are you from Boston?
Yeah, no, I'm not American, but I do. If I, you know what, I would be proud to be American if I was American. And I like that. I like the patriotism of the USA. Maybe they're a little bit stupid down there, but you know what?
Everyone has a little bit of stupid in them. Canadians are stupid too. So
Canadians are stupid. People who think that the Leafs will make it past the first round, those people got to be the dumbest
yeah,
people.
Johnny.
Yeah. Also, you, bro.
I didn't think they were gonna win. Did I not? Did I? I had a little bit of hope when they scored the first goal in Game
Okay, bro,
7, but that was it.
you said at the beginning our first off predictions. You were like Leafs make the Stanley Cup
Can I
final.
be real? That was bullshit.
I know it's partially bullshit. I obviously it was a joke, but like still. Anyways, um, all right,
All
let's.
right, we're done. We'll make a graphic for that. For the before the next podcast this week, but get your thoughts on who you guys think has the best list. And yeah, let's move on to some more another depressing team that we support, and some Jays talk.
Been rough, let me tell you. We have reached another all-time low. Blue Jays stink. Everyone stinks. The bullpen, the players, the offense stinks right now. And closer, more and more as the games go by, it's getting more likely that we're going to be trading these players away, probably. A lot of players away. And that's what they've said. Ken Rosenthal came out with an article saying that Jays might end up, they've been underperforming for year after year.
Mm-hmm.
Embarrassing. It's honestly so embarrassing.
Yeah.
Let's talk about game one. 9-3 loss to Patrick fucking Corbin, who is the worst pitcher in all of baseball. We gave him a quality start. He's getting a quality start from that performance, leaving sliders constantly in the middle. His top velo was 90 miles per hour.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it
No, it
was.
wasn't. Oh my God. That's depressing.
Yeah,
If
I
your
know.
top velo's 90 miles an hour, get out of the league, dude. You suck.
He's
There's high school players that are throwing harder than you.
he's terrible. No, he is quite literally the worst pitcher in baseball. And it was embarrassing. It was an embarrassing game. Like Bo Bichette stinks right now. George Springer, who I'll talk about in game two, when we talk about game two, stinks right now. But man, Eric Swanson, like, dude,
Oof.
rough.
Oh boy.
They have all their stats right now. And if we take a look right now at the bullpen, so right now, best bullpen arm right now is obviously Jimmy Garcia, 0.68 ERA. And then you
Yeah.
got Trevor Richards, 3.54, Jordan Romano, 4.05, Yenesis, 6.2, Nate Pearson, 5.1, Tim Meza, 6.17.
Oh my God.
Eric Swanson, an abysmal 16.50 ERA. In 6 innings, he has allowed 11 earned runs, 4 home runs.
This is the guy we were waiting for off the IL. God, he's fucking horrible.
He was good, man. There's some issue going on, man.
He's still injured somehow. There's still something wrong.
He's just leaving his splitter in the middle of the plate. That's what's happening, and it's getting absolutely demolished.
Nope.
And if I'm going to take a look at his baseball savant, and it's going to be the ugliest thing I've ever seen, probably. So right
Yeah,
now,
like Jays
some of
didn't
it
have
you can't
any
even
offensive going on.
qualify for. It's just horrendous. It's like all blue right now. He is in the 44th percentile. Fast,
Holy fuck.
not good. That is not good. And
That's not good at all.
he's been absolutely just horrendous.
No, it's just the fact that also we're playing against the Nationals. That's another problem. That if this was happening against any good team in the league, then I'd be somewhat okay with it.
Yeah.
But the fact that we're playing this weak ass team is. I was literally watching it before. I was watching the Jays game before the Leaf game on Saturday with my buddy, and I'm literally looking at this Nationals lineup. I'm like, who the fuck are these guys? I don't know any of these. I don't know any of these players. I only know C.J. Abrams. That's the only player I knew on the lineup. Also Jesse Winker. Those are the only 2 players I knew.
Eddie Rosario, like they've got some good guys that are coming up. James Woods, a big prospect of
Oh
there.
yeah, he's nasty in MLB The Show. He's
Yeah,
nasty in that game.
he's gonna be a big time player. But I mean, honestly, like Nationals aren't a team that like we have to worry about in the future. It's not like they're in our division. They're not even in our league. So like honestly, good for them for being able to beat like be what are they 500 above 500 or something
Yeah,
like.
they're better than us, dude, record
I know.
wise. But we shouldn't be. But we should be better than them.
I mean, Kikuchi was insane too. 6 innings. He was dotting his pitches like it was horrible. It was just a terrible game. And I'm not like last year. I was like I would have been like you would have had to like come and like to my house to tell me we need to record the pod because I'd be still in bed just crying like just in pain, crying like you over that jersey like.
Yeah.
So just kidding, just kidding. Um,
No, it's no. You're okay. Yep. I'll cry over a jersey any
I
day of the week.
no, you know what? I will too probably at some point in my life. I'll cry over. I'll cry
You
over.
might be crying over this new Jays jersey coming out at the end of the month.
I might. I
Good
might.
or bad. Good
I
or bad.
yeah. Anyways, yeah, like, but now this year, I'm just like, let's just have fun this year. Like, that's what this should be about. Let's suck and let's have some fun. You know what? If we suck, put in position players. We suck. What? Let's just really be bad so we can play people that can develop and end up being good. George Springer fucking DFA this motherfucker. Like he's not getting any better. That contract is looking terrible. And that'll get us into game 2. So let me start here. John Schneider does not have the balls to move that diva of an asshole that is George Springer out of the leadoff spot. I don't know if there's something in his clause or in his contract that says he can't be moved out of that position. That's what I heard on another podcast, Gate 14. They were saying it could have been something like that. But oh my God, Ernie Clement is hitting 270. Davis Schneider hitting 270.
Yeah.
Eddie Jansen hitting 297. Why can't they get a chance to be
Right.
at the top of the order? Why is Springer stopping these players from being able to have a chance? You have given Springer a year and a half to change and become better, get better, and start being the player that we all knew him as when he was an Astro in the early years of his Blue Jays contract. But I just know Springer is basically refusing to move out of that leadoff spot, and John Schneider is just afraid to move him because he knows he's gonna hurt his little ego. But you know what? Be a team player, go down in the lineup, and hold yourself accountable like Bo did. Bo came out saying that you know what, it's fine. I understand this. I need to move. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen if it's gonna benefit the team. That's what a leader does. And if
Mm-hmm.
you want a chance at any success of winning, you just have to make sacrifices as a team. And I feel like that's obvious. That's obviously known. You need to make sacrifices, and he needs to move out of the leadoff spot. Period. He's a liability. That's what I have
Mm-hmm.
to say. So
Yeah.
it, uh,
I totally agree with you. Like I think Danny Jansen should be leading off. He's our only source of offense,
I
in
would
my
I wouldn't
opinion.
put him leadoff. I'd put him in like 3 or 4 because he's an RBI merchant. Like he just drives
That's
in.
true. That's true.
So
That's
I'd
true.
put fucking and I'd put leadoff as Ernie Clement because that's a
Mm-hmm.
contact
Mm-hmm.
hitter, speedy around the bases,
Or
and
even Varsho.
Varsho.
Varsho's
I'd put
fast
him
too.
over Varsho. Varsho again, home run hitter, so he can like drive in those runs. That's what I'd put him at.
Right.
And
I
he's
feel
good
like
at what he is.
I feel like the first like the leadoff hitter should be fast. You know,
Yeah,
like a Trey Turner or like a Tatis, like guys who can, get
the
hits but
bases.
can also run the bases very well. And, Springer's, used to have that speed, but not anymore. He's kind of slowing down a bit.
That
But yeah, you're right. Like Ernie Clement is a good choice to go off that leadoff spot.
I'd put, and then
What are
I'd put
your thoughts on Vlad? I think he had a good week. I think he had a good
oh,
series. Very good
Grand
series.
Flamo Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
I saw if that like I watched that live and I'm like, if they blow this fucking lead again, because they were up 3-0 in the first game. I guess we'll go to game three now. But the first game they were up 3-0 with what was it like after the sixth inning? They were up 3-0, and then Swanson blew it.
Yep.
Swanson. Yeah, so like the game yesterday, Vlad hit it was like 5-1 or something. And then the pitching they just kept giving up shit. They just kept giving up runs consistently. And that just ruined the day for me.
Yeah, it's like
they went, yeah, so it went.
That's anything at all. Like he wasn't that good. I know he had 6 strikeouts. Some of his pitches look nasty. Like that was the issue last year. Is like for some reason his slider wasn't breaking as much as it used to. Whereas now it's breaking a ton, but he's just leaving stuff in the middle of the zone, and that's when your stuff is going to get absolutely clobbered, and that's what happened to him. And so what he needs to do is, I think that's a stepping stone to start. He's going to be in the next one, and I think there's things that he can do where he will be better. But just don't leave. Just use that fastball. Get called strikes with it. With your sinker, get called strikes with it. Use that slider that you always knew you had. Fucking just throw it right in the dirt and people will swing at it because it has so much crazy late movement.
Right.
So he's got to believe in his stuff because his stuff is nasty. If you're listening to this, you do have nasty stuff, Manoah. Just stop throwing it in the fucking middle of the plate. Stop
Yeah, I think he was also kind of nervous.
He's a little bit nervous, but he's also trying to get an easy called strike 3 with like or an easy called strike with the slider, and then he leaves it right in the middle of the plate. That's what'll happen.
Right.
But yeah, Vladdy, grand slam. I think he had a better week. A lot of hard hit balls. Stepping stone for him. And this was something that I said, if this season goes down the drain, at least give me a season of Vlad where he's insane. That's all I want.
Right.
He's like, Vlad can't just be they can't, even if he does have a good season, there's still a chance that his team will be bad. Pitching and bullpen and other players too, like Springer and Bo. But I think I think Vladdy's gonna keep it going, just stay in your approach, like we've said before, and he'll be fine. But that was good to see. Grand slam.
I was just thinking about this. There's been a lot of off days these past couple weeks. So they have an off day today while we're recording this on Monday, and they have another off day on Thursday. So they have 2 off days in a week, which is very rare for baseball. But let's talk about the series up ahead. It's not really a series, just a 2 games against the very good Philadelphia Phillies away. I think we lose both these games. I think that's we have Gausman on the mound, who's been improving very well. Gausman and Brios, I think, right? Both of them are playing.
No, Gausman pitched today or yesterday.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So we
got Brios and Bassett.
Okay. Brios, I think that game will be close, somewhat close. But the Bassett game are going to get blown out. But I think it's 2 losses. But I think, the batting will be improved these next 2 games. Who are the pitchers for the Phillies? We have, I think, Turnbull is tomorrow. And who's the other guy for the Phillies?
We've got Christopher Sanchez for tomorrow, and then we got the day after.
Aaron Nola?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So no Zach Wheeler, which is good because he's a problem. He's a big problem. So yeah, what are your predictions? I think probably the same as me, right? We're probably gonna take 2 losses here.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I think. But yeah. Anyway, I think that ends it for today's episode of Bleeding Blue Podcast. A little bit longer, but you know what? We had a little bit of a breakdown of the game or of our top 5 jerseys.
Yeah, and the NHL playoffs, the round 2 preview. But yeah, it was good one today.
Yes.
Next one later in the week, we're gonna have some more things that don't make sense for you. We're kind of doing like a tier list Tuesday, and then like things that don't make sense on Friday. So that's kind of what we're shaping out our podcast to look like for the summer leading into football and hockey season.
Into blue.
Yeah.
All right.
Sure.
Thank you. Thank you guys for listening, and goodbye.